Hey guys, I'm Dustin Lack and welcome to my channel, Time Over Money. Today I wanted to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that I made as a young new entrepreneur, and I wanted to share them with you all in hopes to help you not make those same mistakes. Keep in mind, it is important to remember that no matter what kind of business that you're wanting to start, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have problems, you're going to make mistakes, and it's usually a bumpy road, especially in the beginning. But what you have to do is every mistake that you make, you need to take a look at it and examine it and think about what happened, what went wrong, and really look at your mistakes as opportunities for the future. In the beginning for me, when I was making mistakes, and I still make mistakes every single day, it definitely sometimes would bring me down. And so I would challenge you to just don't let it get to you. You're going to have to deal with some failure along the way, and that's definitely one huge lesson that I've learned over the last few years. So anyways, here's my list of my top 5 biggest mistakes in business. Mistake number 1, trying to create a demand for a product or service that doesn't already exist. Now, if you are an experienced business owner and you've got a great idea for a product or a service that's new, it's completely different than anything else out there, hey, that's awesome. But I would challenge you as if you're just starting out as a first-time business owner, I would say focus on finding a product or service that already exists, that there's already a demand for, and try to figure out how to improve it. Because the deal is, when you try to create a product or service that no one's heard of before, that's completely new, it costs a lot of money to advertise that, market that product or service, and get it out there. And it can be very challenging. For example, when we started with Kijani Now, it started out as an eco-friendly subscription box company. I'm sure you guys have heard of there's plenty of subscription box companies out there, but we hadn't come across any that were about eco-friendly products. So we had this idea to put together an eco-friendly box of products that help you reduce plastic or reduce waste in your home, organic products, things like that. And so we kind of jumped right in and we started marketing this product, and we realized that there was unfortunately just no demand for it whatsoever. Looking back, I probably would have done things a little bit differently had I known what I know now. So mistake number 2, not finding someone in my circle who is critical of my work. And this is honestly something that I'm still struggling with every day. I have a great group of friends and family who are very supportive, and that is fantastic. You want to have that support group, but at the same time you need to find a couple people who are critical of your work, because that is really what's going to help you grow your business. It's going to help you improve your product or your service, and it's going to help you have better ideas in the future. Like I said, this is still something I'm struggling with even today. But those people are hard to find, and I would suggest when you're approaching friends and family and you're asking them about hey, here's an idea I have, ask them to be more objective about it, because you want all of the constructive criticism that you can possibly get. Mistake number 3, speaking of friends and family, one of my biggest mistakes was thinking that, oh, my friends and family are going to be enough to, they're going to support me enough to actually purchase my goods and services to keep me going. When we made the Kijani Now subscription box, we ran some numbers and we figured out that to basically at least break even or stay moderately profitable, we would need at least about 20 to 50 monthly subscribers within the first 3 months of launching. And all 3 of us, I think, were a little naive in thinking that, well, we know that many people, we could get easily 20 people to subscribe to our box. But it was way harder than that to get just your friends and just our friends and family to sign up for our product. The reality is your friends and your family are generally going to be very supportive of you, but don't rely on them. Don't think you're going to make it with their support. Mistake number 4, not building an audience before you launch your brand. Now more than ever, it's easier to start building an audience before you even think about spending money on buying products or building websites or buying software, any of those things. Start building an audience. I mean, we have all these great platforms such as Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, and so I challenge you, before you even really think about investing into your business, go ahead and start a platform for your brand and start following people, engaging people. By building a following before building your brand is how you can have a much greater odds of success whenever you actually launch your brand. Okay, so mistake number 5, spending too much money from the get-go. Nowadays, there are so many tools and resources available, some for free and some for purchase online, to help you grow your business no matter what you're trying to do. When I started a couple of my companies, I got a little carried away and I spent way too much on web development and web design. I spent too much on legal, like getting my privacy policy, terms of service, all of those things kind of knocked out, when if I had just searched a little bit more online, I could have found those same tools for half the price or much, much less. Starting a business is definitely an investment, but you don't need to go out there and start spending loads of cash right off the bat. Like I said, there's tons of free tools. Google and YouTube are literally your best friends. Like, any piece of information that you could ever want to know about, starting and growing your business, no matter what kind of business it is, you can find it on YouTube and Google. You need to be able to ask the right questions. And there's tons of free tools or very, very cheap tools. In my next video, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite tools I like to use that tell me if there's a demand for a product or a service and how competitive that particular market is. So that's it for my top 5 biggest mistakes. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe and like button down below. It definitely helps me out. Also, if you're in the process of starting a business, drop me a comment below. Let me know what your struggles are, and let's talk about it. Anyways, I'm Dustin Lack with Time Over Money, and you guys have an awesome day.